Howdy, cruisers. Or in this case, I'll say howdy, cruiser, because I am talking to the solo cruisers out there, or the would-be solo cruisers out there, because you know who you cruise with. So now might be the time for you to try a solo cruise. Or if you've never cruised before and are looking to do a solo cruise, well, just do it, actually. That's my first bit of advice. But because I do most of my cruising solo, I thought I would talk to you a little bit about some things that, you know what, I've realized about myself and how I cruise solo that you might want to just think about so you have the best solo cruise experience. Today, we're going to talk about choosing your cruise day. Okay, what I mean is, do you want an early day or a late day? Because on a cruise ship, you know what, the cruise day, the fun cruise day, can be about 20 hours. And, well, I might have been able to handle this when I was a lot younger, but now, no. So I either do an early day or a late day. Now, a lot of it depends on the cruise line and what they have going on, what the activities are. If there might be a port that I might possibly want to visit, but that's something you're just going to learn as you learn the vibe of different cruise lines. So what I'm talking about is an early day is when, well, you know, you start early. And what that usually looks like for me is I'm up, I guess, around between 6:30 and 7, because that's when the coffee opens on pretty much every cruise line. All the cafes, all the bars, they open around 7. At least that's when the coffee machine starts. So that's when I am going to be there. After that, I have my coffee, my double shot almond milk latte, and I'd spend some time just ambling around the ship, doing a little bit of exploring, looking around. It's usually not very crowded. You'll notice after you've watched all of my videos, this is where I point out, welcome to the ghost ship, whichever one I am on. Then, yes, I walk around, maybe do a run, depending on what's going on. Then, because it's early, I check out the breakfast menu in the dining room. It usually doesn't change, but depending on the cruise line or the cruise ship, they might have something special that I want to try. And, or, you know what, just the regular eggs Benedict. I'm trying something different. Usually I would have this, you know, behind you, but I'm just kind of reading it from here now. Who knows? It's more authentic, right? Anyway, so I check the dining room menu and, you know what, have a nice leisurely breakfast. I'm up early. Dining room's not crowded, so why not spend some time just looking out the window and enjoying the day either at sea or watching the ship come into port. That's always fun. After that, morning trivia, which is usually about 9 or 9:30. Getting up early, having breakfast, can make it there in plenty of time. Don't be like me. Do not be late for trivia. Trust me, it's not fun. Then after that, maybe another activity or a workout, or depending on the schedule, a workout, then another activity. By this time, it's about noon and it is lunchtime. And normally I would take the time to do a special lunch, maybe something in the dining room, or if there's a lunchtime experience that this cruise ship has, I will go ahead and do that on this day. And afterwards, I am ready for all of the afternoon activities. And all the afternoon activities, yes. This is when you're going to want to go and do all the fun things like the water slides, mini golf, the seminars, the bumper cars, the North Star, rock climbing, the pool games, the dance classes, the sexiest man contest I've never entered. And most importantly, after you've done all of this, take a nap. It's okay. If you have the thermal suite pass, that is the best place to take a nap on the ship. Trust me, just go do it. You will comment about that later. Anyway, so after that, it's time for an early evening. And on my early days, my goal is to have dinner around 6 p.m. I don't really like to eat that late anymore. I know, I'm getting old. But I want my discount. Just kidding. So this is a good time to go to the dining room early. They usually open around 5:30. So if you do this, you shouldn't have a problem getting in without a reservation or a regular specialty dining experience. Not one of the big ones, but just maybe the secondary specialty dining. That's a good thing to do. And then, oh yes, the main theater show. Now, if you eat early enough and they are quick with the service, you might be able to see the early show, or just take a leisurely dinner and then go see the late show. Then after that, you know what? The evening is starting to wind down. I usually venue hop a little bit, go listen to some of the music playing in the different venues. If they have a country band, that's always awesome. Or, if there's a good vocalist, go and check them out for a little bit. And then about 10 o'clock, it's time to go and get a little snacky poo, and then off to bed to get ready. Well, to get to sleep early and get ready to do it the next day. But what if I choose a late cruise day? Well, how does that usually look in? Okay, so first, I try to sleep in. If it's going to be a late day, I do try to sleep in. Usually unsuccessfully. I am almost always awake by 7 o'clock, no matter what. Even if I had a late night the night before, I am always awake. But I will try and get at least one more sleep in before getting up. Then, I don't know, maybe 8, 8:30, 9 o'clock, it's a late day. I am up and then off for coffee. Again, my double shot almond milk latte. Gotta have one of those. Now, here's the thing. We'll probably miss morning trivia, or I just really don't want to deal with it. I have my coffee. I'm ambling around. It's no longer a ghost ship. A lot of other people are up and about. Things are getting going. But then, this is a good time to, yes, go see what's going on. Maybe explore the ship a little, right? Because you kind of missed all the other events. About this time is when I would go and get a light snack somewhere, probably in the buffet, just because I don't want to take the time for the dining room, and at this point, I just want to have something to tide me over. So, you know what? Maybe one Benedict or some fruit and some muesli. The kind of thing that you can get on a cruise ship very easily. That's a hassle to make at home. Just figure it out. It's usually a pretty good spread. About this time, I'm then ready for a workout or a run, depending on the day, and I will just take my time doing this, depending on which schedule I am on. By the way, no excuses. You still got to do it. And after that, you know what? It will be lunchtime, so I will go probably either to the buffet or one of the quick service places, like the hamburger joint or the sandwich shop or something like that. For something just quick, it's probably about 12:30, pushing 1 o'clock, and don't really want to spend a lot of time sitting around because it's time for afternoon activities again. And whether you choose a late day or an early day, all of the afternoon activities are the same. So once you've done all of those and taken a nap, also, if the ship has it, the chairs on the promenade deck or the loungers on the promenade deck, yes, definitely another option. So go scope those out like early in the cruise so you know where you want to go. Well, anyway, since it's a late night, what I end up usually doing is checking out the theater show, seeing what it is, a production show, a guest entertainer, or a comic. And then I sort of balance that out with a more intense dining experience. This is the very specialty restaurant or one of the show dinners that they might have, the kind of dinner that you're going to want to take, 2.5 hours, maybe even 3 hours doing. I'm talking about like Rudy's, Cagney's, Eden, or Anthropology, one of these very long experiences. And then if you get out in time, go and see the second show of the entertainer. Usually they do 1 or 2 shows, and about this time is when all the other fun late night activities are getting started, like karaoke, some alternative shows. The club is usually good on these nights, or I hope it's good on these nights, maybe silent disco or something like that. That carries me into the evening. And by the way, very important, depending on the cruise line, scope this out ahead of time. Figure out the food situation, especially if you have that drink package, because you might need to go and stash some, if they don't have 24 hours. So Royal Caribbean has the cafe and pizza, and then the Pearl Cafe on Icon of the Seas. Princess has International Cafe, amazing, love it. And then, of course, depending on the cruise line and what level of service you have, you might have room service included, so that's definitely a choice. Or you might want to just go and grab some little snacky poos and a slice of pizza from the buffet and just squirrel it away for later. Then, after that's taken care of, I usually end up, just checking out the other venues, and then either ending the evening with karaoke or the club or whatever is going on. Then eat. then eat whatever it is. If it's a 24-hour cafe or my stash, it is usually pretty late at this time. So it's time to, get ready for Betty Bye, curl up, hopefully have a little pillow talk with you, because it's always with you. And then, well, off to bed, ready to do it the next day. Now, you can switch these out, go early, late, but you know what? You're probably going to get into a groove on a cruise ship, and one is just going to fit better with the vibe of the ship or the cruise line. But, well, either way, the most important thing you need to do is figure out which is you, right? I can do either. It just depends on the cruise line, on the ship, what activities they have planned, and how much there is to do. So, you're on a cruise and you're on the early day and I'm on the early day and we meet up out on the jogging track. I'll see you on board.